everyone, welcome to today's workshop with Camel. My name is Nishita and I'm the artist and the founder of Bombay Painting Club. So today we'll be painting this beautiful sunset evening scene. This is my personal favorite palette. If you had a chance to look at my Instagram handle, I love working with bright colors. So I'm super excited, and let me take you to the materials that we're going to be using for today's workshop. So we'll be working on a stretch canvas. This is a size 8 by 8 inch. I'll be using the Camel Artist Acrylic Colours. We're going to be using 3 brushes for today. That is a flat brush size 8, a round brush size 6, and a liner brush size 2 for detailing. Apart from this, you need a bowl of water, a color palette, a tissue paper, and also a spray bottle. I'll come to this as we proceed. So let me just quickly guide you what we are going to be, just a quick sketch for your reference. So first I'm going to just give a markup like this, and I'm going to draw a horizon line. Okay. Now why am I using chalk? You can use a chalk or a watercolor pencil. That is because when you use a pencil, a regular pencil, your graphite is going to bleed onto your canvas, especially when you're working with light colors. The lines will be seen after your painting is done. So that is why we use either a chalk or a watercolor pencil. Okay. So now after making your horizon line, I'm just quickly going to giving a markup here. We don't really need this. This will all get washed up as we are going to be painting our beautiful sky here. There will be some rocks here. Okay. So this is just the basic sketch that we will be doing for today. I'm going to just give it a nice stir in the water, remove all the excess water, dab it onto your tissue towel and keep it on the side. We are doing this only because to make the bristles moist and ready for it to be to proceed our painting. Okay. Similarly, we are going to be prepping our surface. Okay. So I'm going to just lightly spray, very lightly. It does not have to be dripping water. Okay. Again, the reason behind doing this is prepping up your canvas. Your surface should be moist. So for today, I'll be using Crimson Lake. I'm just going to remove some onto my palette. Scarlet Lake. This is Permanent Yellow Deep, Lemon Yellow. We'll also be using white. So how are we going to load our brushes? What is the right technique of loading your brush, loading your paint onto your brush? I'm just going to take little bit of this and I'm going to do back and forth movement on my palette itself, because this is the same movement of your hand that you are going to be painting with. So when I say back and forth, this is how we are going to be painting. Okay. So you want to load your brush from both sides. So that is the reason that we use this technique. So what I'm going to do is I'm creating a transitional space from going from reds to pinks to yellows, and you will see a beautiful blend of colors. I'm going to add some white to this. Whenever you feel that your brush, there are these dry strokes that are formed, take a little bit of water, but never put the entire brush into the bowl of your water. Okay, just the tip of the brush. Acrylics don't require much of water. To this, without washing the brush, I'm going to load some of that Permanent Yellow Deep, and you'll get this beautiful orange. So we blend as we go, because acrylics tend to dry really fast. I'm just softening this area now. I haven't washed my brush yet. I'm just loading up my brush with another color. We'll take a little bit of scarlet. It's going to be a beautiful streaky sky. Sunset is a very favorite medium, a very favorite topic for me to paint. So just adding a little bit of white, you can see that your blends are beautiful and smooth. Adding a little bit of lemon yellow. When you're painting, in case you stop here, there will be marks formed on your canvas. So make sure to get a beautiful blend, you always work from one end to another. Adding some red. Now to smoothen this area, I'm going to be using yellow and white just to show you how you can blend this and see how you get this beautiful softened area. I'm just going and adding a few streaks very lightly. Now without washing my brush, again just lightly dipping the brush into the water, I'm going to be painting the water reflection. And if you see that your paints are drying a bit, you can just go and spray some water. Okay. Now I'm going to just leave this gap a little just for reference. If you use a lot of water with acrylics, your paint tends to get little transparent, and with excess water there are tiny bubbles that are formed on your surface, and the bubbles don't go even after they have dried, so they're going to dry like that. So that's the only reason we don't use a lot of water. So for the next part of the session, we're going to be using burnt sienna. So I'm moving on to my next brush. So I'm using a size 6. Okay, I'm going to take some burnt sienna, and I'm just going to create these. I'm just dabbing my brush on my canvas to create these bushes. This is just the first layer. I'm just going to cover this area a bit with the same brush and the same color, that is burnt sienna. Just cover all the white parts. Okay, with the lighter color, just adding a little extra water to my paint to make it a little transparent. I'm going to be painting the reflection of these bushes. Okay, the same color but add little more water so it is translucent, and I'm creating the same technique but with the lighter color. When you add more water to your color, it just simply becomes more transparent. The same steps of dabbing, just that above the horizon line we used thick paint, and now we are using a little diluted paint, diluted with water. Just still continuing painting the bushes. Now to this brown, I am not washing my brush. If you have observed, I have not washed my brush. There's barely, only once I am changing my brushes, that is the only time that I need to wash my brush. So I am loading the same the brush with black. Okay, and I am going to go back with my second layer. I am using the same brush, but if you want, you can use a smaller brush like the detailing brush. It really helps. I am going to create these strokes. I'm just going to create one big rock here. I'm going to create one small rock here. Okay, just under this I'm going to just create some reflection of the rocks. Okay. Okay, I'm moving on to my liner brush for detailing and for the leaves. You can just create some simple strokes like this for the grass. If you do not have a liner brush, you can use a 000 or a 00, any thin brush. Now I'm going to be moving on to my sky and create these the leaves of the coconut tree, the branches. From here we will make another one coming out like this, and we're going to overlap these the leaves. Okay, so you can see I'm just making these zigzag lines to create this gorgeous tree. So far we've painted the sky, we've done the bushes. Okay, so we moved on to making the rocks and the stones. Okay, these are simple straight strokes from the what I'm creating with my brush. Just created a V like structure here and just keep making these thin strokes. We're going to show one branch coming out from here. As we go up, the length of the leaf becomes smaller, so that is the only thing that you need to keep in mind. With the same black, the last bit of the painting, I always love adding birds to my painting. So I'm just creating this a curved stroke and a straight stroke to create the birds. It's a V, but it's a curved V. Okay, just washing this, and you can see that we have created this beautiful evening scene, this beautiful sunset. So this is what we have created today. So don't forget to tag Bombay Painting Club and Kokuyo Camlin on Instagram and other social media platforms. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session. Please, I would love to see all your creations, and don't forget to tag us. I would personally, and Kokuyo Camlin, they would love to share this on their Instagram stories and on their Facebook page. So don't forget to tag us. This is me, Nishita, signing off.